new to the channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and join button to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth debate. So, first and foremost, on today's plug list, we have got Geoshifter, who's OG Flat Earth. He's been around as long as I have, if not longer, and he makes a lot of videos about the nonsense that currently goes on in the world, together with a whole raft of videos on Flat Earth. So he's an absolutely exceptional YouTuber. He's got a very dry, very good sense of humour, and he's got similar interests to me in terms of things like board repair. I don't know why this is just a coincidence that me and Geoshifter found our way into Lewis Rossman's chat while he was repairing Apple motherboards, and I'm just in there and Geo's just in there, and before you know it, there's a few people who recognise me and Geo, and they're pointing out that we're flat earthers in a completely non-related tech video about repairing motherboards. But there we go, that's Geoshifter, and that's what he does for a living, so that's presumably why he was there. I'm just there out of fascination, but he makes flat earth videos more importantly than that, so check him out. That's Geoshifter. He is the first link in the live stream chat, so be here or be sphere. Let him know I sent you, so just drop Geo a quick note that says Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me, keep up the great work. And the video that I've put a link to is this particular video on screen now, which is NASA discovers water on the moon. So check out Geoshifter's video. Good times will be had for all who subscribe. Let him know I sent you. Next, well, before I do go on to next, anybody got any kind words? Hopefully there won't be a long pause here for Geoshifter. I know there's some recent subscribers to him on the panel.
No, I'm subscribed to him. He's currently at 19,005K, so he's similar to you, right?
But yeah, he's got about 400 more subscribers than me, but yes, very similar numbers.
Yeah. I get all this stuff.
Well, who's counting?
Who's counting?
I am. I want to hit
Today.
20k. So I definitely want to hit 20k. I'm sure he's not fussed either way. He's not a massive YouTuber. Not in the respect that he's spending his life. He's not dedicated his life to YouTube like I have. He's got other things that he does, and he just puts out the odd video here and there. But that's why it's more than worth subscribing to him, because when he does put his effort into his video, he puts a lot into them, and they're very well produced. And you know, he's got a lot of good thoughts and feelings. I align with most of the stuff he says. Not all. He's got a few views on 5G I don't agree with, but that's, you know, that's the way of the world, right? So yeah, check him out. That's Geoshifter. I'll move on to the next person we're going to plug today, which is one of our own, Dr. John D, spectroscopy PhD. Shout out to Al Junkie. Just quit job. Oh, let's get the chat up. I can never read him off the projector. It's too small. Well, I'm looking. Hello, is that Arwin? I can't see the live stream chat at the moment.
Yes, it's me.
Very good to have you. How was your show?
Very ragey today.
You were very ragey, or the chat was very ragey?
I was very ragey.
Oh dear. Hungover?
What? No. Just pissed off. I was pissed off yesterday too. I'm just more pissed off today. Because of just some new political shit that they, like, there's a political party here that now is basically forwarding they want to just generally mandate vaccination.
Just read out Al Junkie's chat now. I can read it. Just quit job, as it coincided with start of Flat Earth debate. Don't quit your job for Flat Earth debate. Just watch it on headphones or something. Thank you very much indeed for the super chat. Really appreciate your support, Al Junkie.
John D, thanks though.
Exactly, right. John D. Let's move back on to the more important second link in the live stream chat, which is one of our own ballbusters, Dr. John D, who's a PhD in spectroscopy, and has recently been keeping me amused by expressing his dismay that there's so little scientific evidence for things in his own field, which just, I don't know, when he's on the phone with me, it just cracks me up because his tone is so, he can't quite believe it, right? Well, this is being presented as though it is how it is, and there's nothing but a just so story backing it up. And you're like, yeah, John, that's how it is. Amazing, isn't it? How little we know. There we go. Check out his observation. Again, he's a very practical guy. He's actually out there doing observations. He's caught many a black swan. He's detailed and pulled apart the black swan from BLMSB 69, the person who was on the list of people last plugged. But yeah, obviously well worth subscribing to, keep up to date with his material. He goes through a lot of double checking and checking everything he puts out there. He, much to my irritation, I'm not going to lie, puts out the contrapositive opinion or the counteracting argument, even if it hasn't necessarily been voiced by the other side. If he can see an angle that the other side could potentially express against his own observations, he expresses them. And I'm like, don't give him any ideas, John. But he does. That's just how he is. And he's like, no, I want to be here first with that. If they're going to come up with it at a later date. It's like, yeah, but they haven't yet. Anyway, enough of my moans. Dr. John D is amazing. You should definitely be subscribed to him if you're not already. Check him out. You'll probably have seen one of his videos already because they get mirrored everywhere by everybody, and not everyone who sees them necessarily puts or sees a link to his channel by the person who's mirrored them. So yeah, go and actually subscribe to Dr. John D. Get it from the OG source. That's Dr. John D himself on that name channel. So it's DR space JOHN space D full stop. That's the name of the YouTube channel. So check him out. Be here or be sphere. We've already had a few kind words from the panel about Dr. John D, but anybody else got any more for any more?
Yeah. I just want to say that he is a PhD. Like, we have PhDs in flat earth, and he's one of them. He's a very easy to deal with guy, except for when you want to talk about light. He holds the task on that, and he's very humble. He doesn't expect to be called Dr. John, even though I like to call him Dr. John. And he did the most detailed, greatest black swan observation that I know of. He's very thorough, and he's very practical, and he's a great guy. I can't see why you wouldn't want to subscribe to him. Thank you.
Yeah, ditto.
Go ahead.
Afternoon, everyone, by the way.
Afternoon, Adam.
Yeah, like Nathan, but he can be a bloody nuisance when he's got a bee in his bonnet, pestering you all the time. Like I don't know if you've been getting energy questions recently, Nathan. Yeah, he's a very thorough man, and I say that in the grips of uncovering or trying to find some truth. He's not even, he's kind of hunting more, I like to say, with complete shock at the results he's finding from the basics. So really good channel. Brian alluded to the black swans and that, and one of the best ones, because from 1 foot on his latest one, he was doing the black swan, using it with the wind farm, but ended up catching France. So yeah, some of the greatest kind of distance shots that us flat earthers have done, along with Ranty. He's done some really, really good stuff, and not just that, he's done the laser level experiments and a multitude of stuff from a talented man. His channel's well worth a review.
I just play
beautifully narrated by Karen B as well.
I was going to say, because it's beautifully narrated by Karen B, I'm going to play you a little bit.
The observation. Berlin Gap, the weather during the observation, closest weather station.
You get the idea. So yeah, he's second link down in the live stream chat. It is a members only chat today, but it makes no difference. You can still access it as a non-member and click on the second link down, go and subscribe to John D. Last but by no means least, we have got Dean Wright, who, like Dr. John D, also gets out there and does observations. I've used his videos in the past. He's captured black swans. He's very opinionated. He does vlogs. So he appears on camera and will tell you how he's feeling about stuff, and he's very good at it. So check him out. I noticed not a lot of people on the panel actually knew who he was. He's a fairly regular commenter here. But was anybody already aware of or subscribed to Dean Wright?
Not me, no.
I do recognise the name. But I can't say any more than that.
I'm subscribing to him right now.
Well, that's good, because it means that you don't know. So immediately, without any feedback required by people saying in his comment section, Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me, love your work, keep it up, good stuff, all that. Well, I already know that there's going to be people going immediately to go and subscribe to Dean Wright. And as I said in the pre-show, the people who I'm picking are based purely on what I actually watched. So I watched Dean Wright, therefore I enjoy Dean Wright, and so will you. That's as far as I've got with this stuff. It's like, if I like it, you'll like it.
Nathan, I can't leave a comment. He's got comments turned off.
He might have comments turned off on that particular video. Third link down, go and subscribe today. But I'm sure you will obviously love and enjoy his video so much that you will come across one that's got comments open, and he will be aware of Nathan Oakley 1980 coming their way. Nathan Oakley 1980 subscribers, I should say.
I think everybody should get Karen B to narrate something.
Okay. What, have you got nothing to narrate?
She's got a great narrating voice.
She has. Subscribe today. You'll definitely get to hear more of her on Dr. John D's channel.
Hey, so does Patricia Steer, remember? The great reading books.
Love Patricia Spear.
Okay, we're not plugging Patricia Steer, though, are we? We're plugging Dean Wright. Can you? Jeez. It's because you know him already. That's fair enough. By next time, I'm sure you'll all have plenty of positive things to say about Dean Wright, as I definitely have. So I'm just going to recap all of the people who are in the live stream chat, starting with Dean Wright, as we're ending with him, so to speak. He's the last chat. Comment link to him, third one down. Also, Dr. John D. So subscribe today to Dr. John D to get yourself some excellent observations, and excellent narration has been commented on. And finally, Geoshifter. So check him out, the Globe Terminator that he is. I shouldn't really call him the Globe Terminator. That's just based on his accent. He just sounds a bit like the Terminator, according to some of his comments.
Belgian.
He's Belgian.
He's just Belgium, and he has a very funny way to talk. So, sort of.
Does he go to the chopper?
yeah, you've got it. That's the sort of thing. So check him all out.
He did a one-man anarchist protest march one time, and he filmed it.
Yeah, it's very proactive. He's, like I say, well worth subscribing to. There's a reason he's got similar number of subs to me.
And he makes the funniest of videos. Also, he has like a Flat Earth forum, but it's kind of old. But I used to use that a lot to post articles and stuff and videos. Did you know about that, Nathan?
I didn't, but do you want to hear a blast of Geoshifter?
Oh, do we? I don't get it. I don't understand why people want to go to space. We have spent so many billions on this space research. Imagine we used all this money to build stuff here on Earth. You remember the World Trade Center building? It costed 3.8 billion to build one, so we...
Yeah, you get the general gist. He's the first link down in the live stream chat.
I'm subscribing.
Yeah, of course he's
right.
I hope you all subscribe.
I'm also posting his website in the chat, fefriends.com.
That is Arnold all the way.
Oh, he's FE Friends, of course he is. Yes, I do remember FE Friends.